Follow me to my favorite tree. Well, I'm offering a steady hand. Could be your security. There's no guarantee on anything. And I'll take care of you along the way. My love, one day at a time will be.
Hello. I can't make this angle down. Sorry, but this will have to do. I keep turning the camera on whenever I feel like crying, which is a really actually, I just made a realization. Actually, that sounds about right. Very much so sounds like me when I was 16 and younger, which is nice in one way because I've been trying to get back to myself for a long fucking time. But okay, yes, I'm back at Nobu. They're probably as sick of me as you are. Trust me. Actually, that's a lie. I pay their bills. I don't feel as bad as I did in the last vlog when I was here. A lot has changed since then, and it's only been a couple weeks, which is nice. Good stuff, really good stuff in both my personal life, my work life. So that's good. But it's really funny because every time I book my visit here, I'm like, I book once a month. Sometimes it's only 2 weeks because it'll be like mid-month and then beginning of the next month. But I do still find that every time I do it, like time just goes very fast, and it freaks me out quite a lot because this year, I feel like everyone says it, but this year really is going very fast and I really don't like it. And I've been pondering a lot on time and how much it fucking freaks me out, and I hate it. Even if it is just the concept, which it is. God, I've got hiccups because I haven't spoken to anyone today. But I think I just wanted to sit down and talk about stuff that's been on my mind, and also I use this time, and like I realize now as an adult that doing this is like my way of speaking out loud to myself and processing things. Whether it's healthy or not, I don't want to fucking hear it. Leave it the fuck out. But it's a lot when you work from home 24/7. It's a lot when, until this week really, I haven't had any like structure with time because I work for myself, and not because I didn't put in that structure, but because I had so many different clients and I was doing so much that I literally, I think there was a point either this week, yeah, I think it was this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, I worked 48 hours with like 6 hours sleep and no break aside from that. So that, on top of living with your parents who you love so much and your sister who you love the most, and literally I hope she never sees this because she'll use it against me, but the thought of moving out sounds like bliss until I think about leaving my sister, in which case it makes me want to kill myself. Like, that's my bitch. That is my best friend. She's my best friend. And so I'm very lucky. I have a roof over my head. I have family that I live with that are amazing. But my mum herself today, like she was in a really shitty mood today, and I would like in the morning before I came here, I was like, I'm gonna sit with them and I'm gonna like spend time with them before I go, even though I'm gonna see them tomorrow, just because I know that they want to spend time with me and they go back to work on Tuesday, because we've had like a little break here and I'm like here during their break, like an Easter holiday. And tomorrow we have a family gathering, which is going to be interesting, because we're doing a Greek Easter celebration, and it's just like a lot all at once. So I was like, I'm gonna sit with them, I'm gonna spend time with them, and I did. And then my mum was in the worst mood all day, all morning, and I was just like, get me the fuck out. And I book, my whole point of this was I book my monthly stay here just kind of at random most of the time. Sometimes there's a point where I'm like, I really fucking need it, but mostly at random. And then by the time it comes around, I'm like, good, like thank God I booked this in advance. I need to get the fuck out. And that's kind of how I started to feel this week, and especially today. And whilst I've been here, I've only been here a few hours. First of all, I had my massage with my fave Renee. I haven't had a massage from her since January, and she's just my absolute favorite. I know I'm gonna ache like a fucking bitch in the morning, I don't care. She always gets those knots out my back, and I have a million. Imagine sitting in a desk chair all day. It's in your bedroom and you switch between that and your bed. And it's in like the same 5 square feet. It's just, my back's dead. And then I had a conversation this week with, so my friend recommended a doctor that she did like a program with, and she focuses on the nervous system, which is intrinsically linked to PTSD. And so I messaged her and I was like, hey, my friend recommended you, and I don't think your program is in my budget by any means. However, I'd love to chat, because she does an initial like free conversation, and just see like if we align anyway, and then maybe in the future I can think about it, or we can come up with some sort of like cost plan. And we went on a call and we ended up talking for almost an hour, but there was one thing that really stuck with me, and I've been thinking about it every day since she said it. And what she said was, I almost started crying, so like to her. And the thing is like, when you sit in front of a camera and you cry, it comes off like you cry all the time. I haven't, since my PTSD / the diagnosis, I've been less emotional, I've been less comfortable to be vulnerable, and that's not me. Like, that's not how I have ever been prior to my PTSD. That's not a trait of mine. That's also not how anyone in my life would describe me, but it's something that I've noticed. And I know the people in my life have noticed it as well, but it's not like an inherent trait of mine. So I sat down with her and I was like feeling very emotional, which made me know that there was something there that was pulling at me almost. And I was just like, I'm really frustrated because I have like 2 other therapists. I'm told by every single professional, not just them, every single medical professional, every single therapist, someone with a doctorate, anyone, even this woman herself has said this to me, that I'm so proactive and I look after myself so well. And then I said, I'm so frustrated because it's so true, and yet it feels like nothing works. And it sounds so depressing, and it is, but I didn't say it in like a hopeless way. My point was, I don't understand the science of looking after myself and it not producing results at all. Like not small results. I know things are slow, I know things go up and down, healing is not linear, but I said to her, I feel like I'm doing so much and none of it's producing anything. And she was like, Mia, it's because everything that you're doing is not for the brain. I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, your PTSD is all neurological, right? So like that's where it's stored. Obviously it's stored in the body in other ways, in emotion and whatever, but she said the science that the brain is what's been physically affected. So when you go and you do these proactive things, which are proactive and good for you, like going to a new class you've wanted to go to for ages, or taking yourself out and looking after yourself and working really hard and seeing your friends and like spending time with the people you love and like just doing all of this stuff, it's temporary relief because it's not focused on rewiring the brain, it's focused on making yourself feel better in the moment. And whilst it may do that, the reason you're not seeing long-term results is because you're not rewiring the brain. And I was like, 1 + 1 = 2. Why did I not figure this out? So that's what I've been thinking about every day. And I also then kind of spiraled into thinking about how the world is not accessible to most people when it comes to healing, because you have to pay essentially to get the things that heal you. Like I was thinking about this woman's course and like I genuinely, if I can muster up the money, I'll do it. Because also I think when you have PTSD, you reach a point where you're like, oh fuck, if you told me a lobotomy would work right now and you knew someone who was doing one, I'd be like, sign me up, because you will do anything to get rid of it, right? So it's not like I think it's wrong, I just think it's unfair. Like I also think, because like someone will probably think like, oh, you can just look it up on Google. It's very hard because you can find something on Google, but if you don't have a professional or like someone to guide you through it, at least in my case, I struggle so much to do that by myself, which is something I don't like to admit, but it's true. Like with PTSD therapy, it started out really rough because I was like, I felt, I mean, it's hard anyway, but like I had the therapist walking me through everything. And it was so depleting. I was exhausted after every session, things like that. And I was just like, well, that it's working, you know, like it's doing something. So I'd rather that than not feel anything at all. But at the same time, it then makes you think, well, what the fuck is the point in like being proactive if none of it's gonna actually fucking help me? So yeah, unless you're a fucking like trained neuroscientist or some shit, you can't really heal yourself. That's how it feels. And then also like I have to combat this concept every day of like, you can heal everything within you by yourself, you can do this, you can do that, if you speak kindly to yourself. It's such rubbish. It's so rubbish. And this comes from someone who used to like fucking manifest everything. It's rubbish. I don't disagree with manifestation. I think to a degree it's accurate. I just think that that is us, and it's the same as religion, that is us attempting to grasp a control on our lives, and we don't have as much control as we think we do or want. And trust me, that freaks me the fuck out. I have OCD. All I want is control. This fucking neuroscientist was calling me out on the school. She was like, you want control, you want this, you want that. Because it's true, like that's where a lot of my PTSD and my reactions to triggers and things, that's where all of that comes from. And she was like, the brain is literally built to control, you know, like fight or flight and emotions and so we have an inherent desire for control. But for me, manifestation feels so fake when I do it, and I don't do it anymore because of that. And I think if it works for you, then fabulous, but it doesn't work for me. And I also don't want to force anything, and it feels like that. And I think that's not because of the inherent practice of manifestation, but more so what it became online, and that seriously disgustingly toxic and horrifyingly delusional side of the internet, where it's like, oh, he will fall in love with me when he doesn't know you, he hates you, or he's with someone else. And it's just so gross, it feels icky. And I think now subconsciously I link the two. But saying that, I have a family, an entire family, who ironically now, after I do, all believe in manifestation really, really strongly. And then I get frustrated because I'm like, you're not actually doing anything to achieve this thing. Like, you're putting no action and you're just expecting this to fall in your lap. And that's what I used to do. It's like, I just do this and I expect something to fall in my lap. And it's like, no, you've got to act. So that's why I've been so proactive. But then here we are, it's an endless circle, because if I'm being proactive and it doesn't do anything, what the fuck is the point? Got a migraine as well, which isn't helping. I don't know. And it sucks also because that one conversation with this neuroscientist was like, felt life-changing, and it was, you know, an intro call. And then all my calls with the licensed therapist has felt so fucking bland and like it hasn't worked. And it's like, the thing is, you take it because it's free, like it's on the NHS, and you wait 6 months to get off the wait list, and you do it because you need it and you're hopeful, and then you get to it and it's just not good. And then I have talking therapy, which I pay for, and then each like year she raises the price by £5, and I'm thinking, in this cost of a living crisis, ma'am, like and then it's just like, but also it's just talking therapy, like it's good and I need it, seriously, I think I'd die without it, but also it doesn't target or help the science of my PTSD. We're not doing anything to actively resolve my trauma, we're just talking about it. And everything else is like even more expensive. So that's a dilemma that I'm in. I think we live in a world that just doesn't want us to heal, unfortunately. But I love coming here because I just sit with these emotions and I process how I feel, and it's nice to not have like 3 people talking around me constantly. I get very overwhelmed, I get headaches all the time, like I have right now. Yeah, I don't know. Woof. I keep saying that recently. I think my parents find it really funny, and I just keep saying it, like, woof, oof. It's a lot. It's a lot. Ugh. On the good, really good side of things, I was able to leave one of my clients because I got promoted by another client. So that's really exciting. I'm really happy about that. I miss my best friend so much. I can't wait to see her in a few days. Like, she's finishing her masters and I've been so busy with work that it's really hard to find a time to see each other, and we've been seeing each other like once every week and a half, and usually it's once every week, and I'm getting withdrawal from her because she, like, that fucking girl grounds me to earth. Like, that's yesterday I was like, she messaged me, "Good morning, baby girl," and I was like, "You trying to be my boyfriend?" And she was like, "Excuse you, I'm your wife." I was like, exactly, you get it. That's my woman. And one other thing actually that I haven't thought about because it scares me, that the neuroscientist said, which was, why are you so scared to be okay? I was like, oh, I'm being all proactive to try and be happy, but then there are moments where I'm happy and I immediately resort to being miserable. And I know it's like a scientific thing that happens, it's not like abnormal, but then you think the effort into being happy makes no sense if your brain is rigid on an idea of being miserable. But whilst I think about that and like want to end my life over that, because it literally feels like having two personalities. Like, I have one side that's like conscious and one side that's well, yeah, I mean, that's the human brain, but you know what I mean. I'll end it on what she said, which really made me cry, which was, she said it with such certainty, and this is a really big thing with me, like, I need people to say things with certainty. Like, I'll go to my friends for reassurance about something and they'll say, "I think," and I'll be like, okay, now I'm having a panic attack. And my friend, literally just before this, she was like, "Mia, da 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 da," and she said it with such certainty. I was like, oh, nice, thank you. I have OCD and PTSD, which really heavily links to reassurance and trust, so but anyways, she also the fact that science has been one of my biggest reassurances since my PTSD diagnosis, so that really helped because she has a doctorate in neuroscience. But she literally said to me, and she looked at me, she's like, "Mia, there is no way you are going to live like this forever." She said, "You're too self-aware to live like this forever." She said, "As a fact, you will not live with with this forever." I was like, oh. I turned it off and I started crying. I was like, nice, fab, thank you so much. Now help me get there, because I'm so tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of it. I'm so exhausted of it. But I had a nice massage today. Anyways, I'll survive, hopefully. I think, I don't know. There's like this feeling inside of me right now where it's like, I'll be okay, and then the other half of my brain is trying to eat away at that part of my brain saying that, and it's like, no, like, you're not safe, like, it's not okay. And also, like, she tried to figure out if it was like from childhood, and I some things definitely were, but those aspects weren't. Those were from my trauma, and whew, it's a lot. And also not being able to process all of this as it's happening, because I live with 3 people who drive me insane as much as I love them, and then working from home, so I have no break from home. And if I leave the house, it's usually with one of them, and it's just like, this is the only time I get to myself fully. So it's a necessity, even if it breaks the bank. And they upgrade me all the time. I'm in an upgraded room. They didn't even tell me today. Usually I get there and they're like, "We upgraded you." Now they just do it. Anyways, I'm probably gonna go sing my heart out in the bathtub because it has great acoustics. I don't know how this video is gonna be, but it's gonna be me talking for most of it, because I don't really film shit anymore. I've done shit at it. Doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck.